What's up, fam? You might notice a slight hissing noise in the background of this episode.
It's literally not even that bad.
It's not that bad, but we are aware of it. We know how to fix it now, and it will not be in future episodes.
And you know what? If you can't handle a little hissing in our video, in our little podcast, then don't even listen to our show. If you're that soft, don't even listen to us.
All right, folks, enjoy.
Enjoy.
Hi, I'm your host, Eric Borneaux.
Hi, Eric Borneaux. I'm your host, Nisk.
And you're listening to
The God's Plan Podcast.
Okay, here we are in the studio with one of my personal best friends. He used to play Call of Duty professionally, but now he's retired, similar to one of our previous guests. He also happens to be our... I probably shouldn't be joking around so hard right now in the intro.
Hurry up, people pay attention to the first 8 minutes. Boom, explosion, excitement. Pow, pow.
Put your damn iPad down.
That's
and
because
get
of the
your head
excitement. I am the game.
Get your head in the game.
So I don't know if any of you listeners have been watching on YouTube and seen our phenomenal thumbnails, but we actually have the man himself that created those very thumbnails in our studio today.
He's a graphic designs savant. He's brilliant. I would like to introduce to you, ladies and gentlemen, the man himself, Justin McCabe. AKA Prolyfic.
Explosions, bang, bang, boom.
Thank you. I wanted to help you out a little bit and get you some exposure to the, professional scene.
That's what a good leader does.
Ouch.
That does remind me though. I remember we had I don't know if it was chemistry or biology class together, and it was the first time I had ever spoken to you. Maybe not the first time I've spoken to you, but that was the first time I asked you for your gamer tag.
Yeah. So, little history here. Justin and I, we did have a high school class together. It was chemistry, and that's not a coincidence. That's because he and I just have
we have a lot of chemistry.
We just have great chemistry together. And yeah,
we won many tournaments, thousands upon thousands of dollars, all the glory flowing out of our pockets perpetually.
Yeah, I reminds me. I like to think back of a time when I was winning. Back when I was winning back in the day.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like you're winning as much anymore now that you've moved on to the big boy games like poker.
You can tell how great my life is going right now because of my decision to start a podcast.
That's when you know things are going well, and you've accomplished everything in life, so you might as well just start a podcast and tell everybody.
Once you start a podcast, that's when you know you've done everything else.
Yes, add it to the resume.
Okay, well, wait, I got one. So I'm clearing up a mystery from episode 2. Okay. Justin, tell me about you beating a disabled kid in Call of Duty and getting up and going yeah, and then
yes.
Okay. I wasn't expecting this to come up so soon.
But you knew it was coming soon.
I knew it was coming.
That's the real reason. So,
I'm not sure how much your previous guest TJ went into it. I don't recall.
Oh, you don't listen to our show?
I can tell the story from my perspective if you'd like.
Yeah, it does have a shocking twist at the end when you find out.
Be our guest.
Oh! Save that.
There is a plot twist. However, I'm pretty certain that TJ saw your last guest in episode 2. I already spoiled that. But I'll keep it short. So Eric, TJ, and I'm not sure. It might have been Eric that found out that there was a little Call of Duty tournament. And I'm pretty sure it was for money.
Yeah, so not only were you there,
because if it wasn't for money, let's just say I wouldn't have been trying as hard. So I think it was a 2 versus 2 tournament. So, we're sitting at our monitors with our Xbox controllers in our hand. We're ready to play. We're ready to take on the world. We want this number 1 spot. TJ's on the sideline. He's waiting. He is telepathically coaching us. No one else knows that he's telepathically coaching us, so they had no chance anyway. But this is pretty far into the tournament, so I'm taking it really seriously. And where we start off strong, I think it's up to 25 kills. It's like,
why am I remembering
20
this differently? Why did I remembered it being a different level in the game?
well, you're wrong. So it doesn't matter. Anyway, so we're racking up the kills. Like, I am not dying. I'm holding an entire half of the map. They're not going by. So I don't know. It's probably like 23 to like 3. So us 23, they have like 3 kills. It was all on Eric because he's not as good as me.
Are you? Yeah, I probably had about.
I am just absolutely popping kills. Off. I like turn to TJ. I'm like, I'm getting so excited. I'm drop shotting, meaning like my character is dropping to the ground to avoid like getting shot as I'm killing them, and I'm just hyped.
It's the thing that
I'm so hyped. Like I'm just like, this win is within our grasp. We're taking this money home, and at this point in our life, like. Well, it could have been like $100 or something, but that's a lot of money to a kid in high school with no job.
Nowadays,
this must have been like freshman year or something. So we win. I run over to TJ. I'm like, dude, did you see that? We just like 25 to 3 these guys. And TJ, I look at him and he's not excited. I'm like, dude, what's wrong? Like, why aren't you excited? Like, are we disqualified or something? And he's like, dude, look at who you're playing. So I walk around because we were essentially divided by TVs, so we couldn't really see who we were playing. Just like the cracks in between the TVs, so you could see like their arms, like with the controller or whatever.
What was behind the TV?
And I look around and I see like a dad, which is fine, and then next to the dad is this kid in a wheelchair using a hand and a half playing, and I'm like, oh my god, I just tried my heart out. These people are here to just have fun. That's when I decided to try not to tell that story anymore, but here we are.
You didn't think like when it was like 2, 3, 5 minutes into the game and we're up by like 10 points to nothing, you didn't think like, maybe something's going on here. Maybe I can let up. I mean,
from my perspective, I was just popping off. I wasn't missing shots. So they had no chance to really show me what they were really all about anyway. So I couldn't really read the situation properly. And I was in the zone.
Oh, yes.
So you can't fault me there. I'm just trying to get that money.
We all know about being in the zone. Okay, so, it's okay. It's okay. You didn't know. But now, after you know, do you have any reserves about this? Do you feel bad about it at all? Do you feel guilty?
I felt a little guilty for like, not really for the way I played, but for the way I acted after, because I didn't realize like the situation.
You didn't know. You just didn't know afterwards.
Like when you go into a tournament and you're like paying to go in, like you're not really going to half-ass it. And I'm with you and TJ, and like we take the game pretty seriously, and like I'm sure you want to talk about how I was competitive with making videos.
Well,
too.
You took this competitiveness from the tournament and then you brought it home, and you took it a little too far. We're talking about super flashy game-winning kills.
See, at least when I'm online, I can't see who I'm facing, so I can't feel bad.
So you two were in like the heart of Xbox 360 when like...
This is when everybody had an Xbox. That's all you did was play Xbox after school.
Yeah, it was like the deepest form of being a degenerate.
How bad did the shit talking get?
Dude, I was getting exhausted from having sex with everybody's mom. Halfway across the country. Like, do you know how much that is in like travel expenses?
The thing with
every day I had to
it was
go
so
and
fun.
have sex with their mom.
It was so fun to play with Eric because like after matches, like you're in a lobby with the same people you just faced, and all of the trash talking happens there. So anytime, like if the enemy even said one word, Eric's like, "Oh, okay, let's back out. You want a 1v1? We'll set it."
Oh my god.
So Eric would always drag the entire party to go watch my 1v1 this random person. So, many times we're had.
And how many times did Eric win these 1v1s, if there was a percentage?
Honestly, it was... you want me to be honest?
Yeah. What? No.
Yeah.
Here on the God's Plan podcast, we have a motto. Be honest, don't be modest.
Okay.
Unless you're fabricating.
I would say in Eric's prime, I would say probably 80% of the time he backed up his word.
Ooh, that's a B.
80%?
That's a pretty high percentage.
80%.
It's hard to achieve.
I remember it a little differently. It's tough. Okay, so Justin, you took all this gaming and you kind of evolved it into something even crazier and crazier because people want to, it's flashy. There's a lot of ego involved in the game, and people want to show off their skills. So the game introduced this feature where if you got the final kill, the game-winning kill of the game, then it shows a replay, and everybody is forced to watch a replay of what you just did.
And that's one of the best feelings, is getting a crazy kill, and the whole lobby has to watch it.
So us degenerates, and you more so, take this.
More so, yep.
Yeah, you take this farther and farther and see how far you can take it and just get flashier and flashier kills, just showing off. We're talking about in the game, you take like a sniper rifle, which is supposed to be used for like long range kills, and you'll just climb up a ladder with it, jump off.
It's not the most logical weapon, but it was by far the fanciest.
Yeah, it looked so much sexier when you could pull it off. So you guys would make these crazy videos.
There was a time on YouTube where Call of Duty montages were being made all the time. People were trying to constantly one-up each other, and I wanted a piece of that. I wanted to be part of that game. Mm-hmm. So I got a capture card, which my first ever montage I made was in black and white because I couldn't figure out the cables, how to connect them properly. So my first video isn't even in color. So I decided to be a little cheeky and just name it the grayscale montage. Nobody knows that wasn't on purpose.
You rascal.
Until now.
Until right this moment.
Yeah, so I made plenty of montages and YouTube videos surrounding like my Call of Duty
Where can we find
career
these?
per se.
Where can we find these montages?
You can find them on my YouTube channel, which is JM Trick with a Z. So JM being like my initials, and tricks like trampoline tricks, doing flips and stuff. I don't know what we were thinking. That was obviously never going to work. So I just turned it into a Call of Duty channel.
JM Tricks with a Z. Is that?
Yeah, you got to get flashy because we're talking about trick shots here, getting kill cams, fancy kills, getting kill feeds.
Well, you just said it wasn't when you started it. You said it was for trampoline.
Right, but the thing is, because I was making video game videos, I was still doing trick shots just in a different way. So the name stayed.
Believe it or not, I did a little research on you before you came on here. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm a good podcast host. And what I found out was, while your channel is indeed for these video game montages, your most viewed video, your most popular video...
I knew this was going to come up.
...actually is not. It doesn't have anything to do with these games. What's going on? It's got some like anime girl on it or something. Do you want to explain this to us? I don't know the story.
So I think it was my first video ever uploaded. It was kind of like a test video. I just found like a GIF of this like one. I don't know. It probably wasn't one of the first memes, but it was like an internet meme of this girl named Boxy.
Can I pause you? Here?
Yes.
Okay. You just said GIF. And you're a graphics design expert.
Please do not tell me you pronounce it as GIF because I will leave the podcast right now.
That's not what I was going to say. I was going to say we finally ended it once and for all. We know how to pronounce it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You're the authority on how to.
I take it very seriously. If someone says GIF, we will just finish the conversation right then and there.
Okay, so you had this GIF of this girl.
Okay, I will talk to you
peanut
later.
Butter, I assume you're a Skippy guy.
Well,
crunchy or smooth?
But Skippy, right? Because you don't want any
crunchy.
GIF.
Yes, of course.
Did you mean to say chunky?
Crunchy?
Did you mean to say chunky there?
Crunchy? No, isn't it crunchy? I mean, chunky's. Isn't that the same?
Crunchy and chunky.
Can your co-host please look this up for us so we can settle this?
Can you give me the full
on the iPad, on the podcast iPad?
Yeah.
No, don't. All right. Can you finish that story at least about? What was that video though? About
Boxy. So I just found a GIF of her because it was a popular like meme video, and I posted it with like some random music I found that was like for free on YouTube because if you upload something that's copywritten, you won't get paid. So I just uploaded it, and I have no idea why it has over 200,000 views. There's simply there's nothing to explain it.
this is kind of a good summary of how things get popular on the internet. Like, even you, the person who created this, you don't really understand it, and you just think there's like no meaning at all behind it. But it happens to, in fact, be your most popular upload when you have these.
I think
you have these montages
YouTube,
that you spend.
YouTube like grabbed onto this video and like put it in people's recommendeds or something, because there's just absolutely no reason why that should be at 240,000 views. While my Call of Duty montages are at like a mere couple thousand views. I mean, my highest viewed one is at 70,000. But like in my heyday, I had like, a couple thousand subscribers. I was pretty well known in the community.
We're going to revitalize those numbers. We're going to get
with
you
this
back.
podcast.
Well, this.
See, I haven't done any.
I swear to God, get out of the studio. I swear to
God damn it, Brad, you've been here for 3 days. Go home.
Can somebody keep that door locked?
Holy crap, dude.
No, sorry. I'm sorry.
Are you guys okay over there?
No. Well,
Brad Pitt just sometimes we threw a party.
I thought you had security at the door.
Yeah, well, he stayed the night.
You're at the penthouse, right?
Yeah, he stayed the night, but he just didn't leave.
I know. I mean, it's kind of embarrassing at this point, honestly. Like,
Yeah,
he hasn't showered.
Is he trying to latch onto your fame because he's washed up?
I think he's trying to avoid. I think he's just trying to avoid his wife, Angie.
Mm-hmm.
So you have this.
I love Angie, but it's just
you have this video that is 5 seconds long, and you don't even know what's going on. And for some reason, it's got way more views. And then you have this. You have these videos that you spent a lot of time working on. There's honestly I've watched some of them, and what you're doing in these video games is so impressive.
Okay, perfect. I have something to say.
That's wonderful to hear.
All right, so Jif has
we're
chunky
still on
peanut butter, but it doesn't have crunchy peanut butter. Okay, so Jif goes by chunky. Now Skippy, I have it right now up on the God's Plan iPad, and I am seeing Skippy Natural Chunky. It's like, okay, so Skippy makes chunky peanut butter too. But now I'm also seeing in the same list, if we could pull this up somehow, Skippy peanut butter extra crunchy super chunk. So I am just flustered right now.
That's a lawsuit in the making.
Oh my God, the debate between crunchy and chunky, is it a synonym? It can't be, because they have two different brands now.
Can you guys reach out to them and find this out for the next episode? I know you're in talks with Apple as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe apples and peanut butter.
Dude, they pulled a Joe Exotic where they just made the name like one letter different.
Cat Rescue Entertainment.
Nisk, I have a question for you.
What's up?
What is your title? Are you like a personal trainer?
So I am a personal trainer and corrective exercise specialist.
Okay, so not necessarily nutritional.
Oh, well, yeah, that I just know a shit ton about nutrition. I just don't have any formal certifications.
What is your opinion? I absolutely love getting meats from the deli. Is that bad?
The deli meat is fine. It's like the packaged stuff. That's what has all those like nitrates and stuff that make it a carcinogen.
Because I love turkey sandwiches. I will eat a turkey sandwich every day of my life. I want to know if that's going to kill me.
No, I actually had 2 turkey sandwiches today.
He had 2 turkey sandwiches. Okay.
I had 2 turkeys.
So I'm basically a personal trainer myself.
Essentially. But if it's processed, if it's packaged, then that's bad. That's actually...
I stay away from that stuff because I feel like it's loaded with sodium and all this junk.
Oh, it's listed as a class A or B or 1 or 2, however they do it, carcinogen. It's almost on the same level as smoking cigarettes is processed meats. Especially processed hot dogs and stuff like that.
It was that serious.
So, going back to the peanut butter jokes. Yeah, I know, we got to go back a little far here. Jiffy stole the name. We're talking about how different brands, different companies are stealing names from each other in copyright issues. And I think that's really, really fucked up, okay? And someone who's been personally affected by this, because this artist, this musician, Drake, goes and makes a song and goes and makes millions of dollars off of it when we have this podcast out. Come on.
You should be getting royalties off that song.
Our legal team is in works with Drake's team. His lawyers are just... you ever see that OJ trial?
Oh, we're going to get into the OJ trial. Where did this come from?
What about Ben Shapiro?
I didn't know that you were just sitting all the way over there out in left field, and now you're just going to come and bring this to my attention. The OJ trial, Justin, you know, I know, everybody knows about the OJ trial. Give us your take.
Like a lot of good things.
Yeah, you're talking about orange juice?
Not orange juice.
So you're telling me we got a wise ass on our show?
You're telling me an orange made this juice?
We got. We don't condone those kind of jokes. We don't condone those kind of jokes on this podcast. Calm down, goddamn.
Dude, that's so funny.
Calm down.
You telling me an orange?
Listen,
made this
I
juice?
got another one for you. Okay?
Oh my God, it hit me.
Just take a seat, embrace this joke.
I don't know if Dylan can handle another joke, but
That one hit me hard.
You ever get like pork fried rice or something like that? You know, maybe at a Japanese restaurant.
whoa.
Do you ever?
I mean,
No,
no,
there's a lot of.
but
Well, you're aware of it. You're
I'm
aware
aware
of
that there
anyway.
is pork fried rice in this world.
There's also shrimp fried rice. Are you going to tell me that a shrimp fried this rice in this very restaurant?
Holy
You're
crap! Look
telling
how
me
much
that
you
shrimp
have here.
fried
You're
this
gonna tell me
rice. I would love to speak to the shrimp. He is a great chef.
It can't be one shrimp. It's got to be like multiple shrimp.
Who booked
Shrimps
this guy?
fried rice. Yes,
Shrimps
obviously.
fried rice.
He's too small. They're too small
They're
to
too
do this.
small. To pick up a pan, that's got to take at least like 6 shrimp.
Well, they
each
may
side.
have shrimp pans. I don't know what's going on back there. It's a mystery.
Yeah, well, grains of rice are small, so they might be able to fry a few at a time, but it has to be a collective effort. Of
I
the
can agree
shrimp
with that.
fried Rice. Yeah.
If there are more than one, that is quite possible.
Justin, since when did you become such a wise guy?
Listen, I've always been a wise guy. You just got to dig it out of me.
Should I use your radio name, your YouTube name? Probably.
You can go by Prolyfic. You can go by Justin.
You pronounce it Prolyfic? I've heard it pronounced a lot of different ways with gaming.
I go by many different names.
Probably.
I also go by many different names. One of them is nisk.onlyfans. So for $12.99.
Oh, hold up.
Come on.
You're going to be promoting. I'm promoting as well.
Okay.
Well, hold on. I want to promote too. If we're all promoting.
No.
All right.
No,
All right.
I'm
Well,
the
let's
guest
start
here.
with the guest. Justin, where can they find your feet pics?
Dollar Shave Club is the best way to get a naked chin if you need one, especially during these.
That is not the best way. You can go to onlyfans.com/prolific and find me there.
Shaving my beard.
You're just gonna.
I actually have not shaved. Actually, no, I have shaved once since this quarantine started.
How are you?
I'm looking like a caveman right now. And I did hear that you got a beard going.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Whoa,
the
you wanna
quarantine
talk-
beard.
Talk about quarantine.
Well, you got a beard too, Eric?
Well,
Borneaux?
seeing as we're roommates and we're creating like roommate solidarity by growing
Do
quarantine.
you ever stare at each other longingly into your beards?
Dude, how do you think we got the idea to get the beard? Like, we stared at each other so long that we just started growing facial hair.
It was weird that it was a totally nonverbal process. It was just us staring each other in the eyes, and we got this whole podcast started. It was really
Yeah, I'm
no
kind of
that.
curious. Where did the idea come from?
Dude, if you...
Did you just find yourself bored and
Well-
like I wouldn't ever like being bored? I would never think of starting a podcast, but I like it.
No, this is what happened, okay? I was sitting in my room alone, crying. I wasn't crying, but then a genie approached me. A magical genie approached me, and he was like, you can have one wish, right? I'll grant it, but 1 million people in the world are going to get this virus. And I said...
So this is all your fault.
And then I said, I want to start a podcast.
If I knew this, I would never have been creating your graphics for you. Now I'm part of it. I'm an accessory to this crime.
Well, only now that you know that.
Justin
but
COVID McCabe.
I tried so hard to keep you guys.
I'm pretty certain that was a fever dream, and that was just Niska just going into your room.
Well, it weighs heavily on my soul to know.
And he is a deep sleeper.
If I could have one superpower,
What do you?
it would be-
Why did you say it like that? Like you just walk into his room and just hover over his sleeping body.
And I would just sort of mumble into his right ear.
You think we sleep in different rooms?
Podcast.
What?
Oh, I figured before the podcast started, you probably slept in different rooms, but after it started, like you're gonna want to be close to your host.
You do want to be close to your
That almost rhymes too.
Two tea bags is a little too much. We're gonna stay with one tea bag. Justin, a lot of people come up and ask me this question, especially recently. I don't know why.
Shizzle7, I believe your name was.
Oh, you want to get into the real back in the day?
Hold up, you know X-Merce. Did you play with him?
I wasn't an avid gamer. I'm actually awful at first-person shooters.
Marvelous.
They are the bane of my existence.
Marvelous.
I have quit Dishonored in this quarantine probably 6 or 7 times because I keep getting lost in first-person shooters. So
I feel like that is a tough game to play if you haven't played many games.
How is that a first-person shooter? You're just carrying a knife around.
anything I can see in first person, I just can't stand it.
Any game that's a first-person
It's a
point of view.
first-person
I'm
knifer.
awful, man. I'm terrible at it.
I just
Fall
know
out and
my
stuff.
favorite game to watch get played is probably the Dead Rising game where you're just fucking up zombies in a casino. And that's not just
I
because I'm a
like
poker
Barbie's
player.
Dream Island. That's a really good one. That's very in-depth.
Barbie's Dream Island.
I heard the storyline and that's good.
Is that like Animal Crossing?
It is. It's a perfect sequel to Barbie's Dream Condo.
Yeah, I didn't like that one that
Lovely.
much.
Dude,
Well,
this
I don't
is
care about
going
your opinion then, okay?
far over my
Okay,
head.
Justin, chill, dude.
But I do care about your opinion on deli turkey.
But I hold that in the highest regards. So yeah, you can just PayPal me like the $70 for it.
Okay, well, you didn't have to bring that up.
All right, well, we can edit that out in post.
But we won't.
But we
So, Eric, do you want to talk about
As the lead editor.
that's mad funny.
Well, as the chieftain editor of the formerly known as God's Plan podcast, but now apparently it's the God's podcast. It's tough, man.
So, did you have any other questions for me? Did we want to have a little nostalgia trip down memory lane or anything?
Are you kidding me? Prolyfic? I have a notebook full of
You
questions.
know I'm a busy man. I mean, I do make a lot of Call of Duty videos. I got a lot of people hitting me up. I got Microsoft on the line. I got Best Buy trying to get a deal with me.
Oh yeah.
You know, I have a lot of subscribers that need to be in the loop here.
Oh my God, are you talking to Jeff from Best Buy? Because I've been on him trying to get a sponsorship deal, and that dude is he'll just
Well,
go on
maybe
forever.
you got to boost your numbers up a little bit, and I'll get you in contact with him.
All right.
Now that you have God's endorsement, I'm thinking that you're not going to have any problems.
Justin, why'd you throw a frisbee at my face? Why'd you throw a frisbee at my face when we were back in?
How dare you? How dare you? You don't preface that with anything?
I dared.
To be honest, I only vaguely remember that. Can you please describe the situation to me?
I got this story from one of our researchers, like one of our lead investigators, and every time we book a guest on this show, I hire 6 private investigators to go find out every detail of the guest's background, and that was just one of the things they jotted down. I don't really remember the context. Brad, get the fuck out of here! I swear to God, Jesus, dude, get out! Can you do something about that?
Go home.
I'm tired of this, dude. I'm tired of this.
Go
I swear
home.
to God.
Doesn't he have a movie to record?
If this guy comes in here one more time. No, he hasn't even cut his hair. He hasn't cut his hair in like months. Probably has. He's wearing the same robe he's been wearing for the last 3 days. I'm like, dude, the party's been over. Get the fuck.
I'm gonna get him an Uber or some shit.
Someone's got to take care of that guy.
Yeah.
It's okay. I mean, I appreciate Brad distracting you from the frisbee story.
I don't know.
I had to pay him for that.
All right, you really want to get into the frisbee story? If you really want to get into the frisbee story,
You know, I do remember hitting you in the face, and I do remember doing it purposely. I'm sorry.
yeah, I mean, it was just a normal old
Truth
day.
comes out.
We were just hanging out, a couple pals, palling around like pals do. After school, in my backyard, the wind was 3 miles per hour due south. I remember that specifically.
I believe it was due north.
My neighbor was cutting. his
That is
lawn.
actually why I hit you in the face with a frisbee, because I thought it was south.
What a bonehead move, man. I forgive you.
I
It
appreciate
could
that.
be anybody's fault. Okay.
I'm pretty sure I got quite a karma hit
Recently.
right after that. Not recently, but right after that frisbee throw.
So my man hits me in the face with a frisbee, and then out of the, I don't know what the hell even triggered this or whatever, but I just see him take off and sprint into the woods, maybe he saw a bunny rabbit or something, like a dog, and he just sprints into the woods. And then he gets about like 15, 20 yards into the woods, and then it's just like, you hear him yell, "Oh no!" I don't know what.
I am certain that you booby trapped your woods in some way,
dude.
We
because
actually went into the swamp.
the wood floor is covered in leaves. I don't even think it rained recently. No. I'm running. God knows why. I don't know.
Brand new shoes.
But I'm running. Yeah, brand new shoes, literally, and they were white. I remember they were nice white and black Nikes that my mother had purchased for me.
Shout out to Justin's mom. You're always fresh. Always dressed fresh to death.
Always fresh to death. So I'm running through the woods. I see like maybe a slightly more leaved out. I don't even know if that's a word, but there are more leaves, more populated area of leaves. And I decided, why don't I just jump over this? Mm-hmm. You know, just for fun. Little did I know, that was a swamp trap that Borneaux laid. So I jump, I get 1 foot in. That is when he hears me yell, "Oh no." And then I start sinking. It is muddy. It is disgusting. My shoes are ruined.
Well,
and
you could still wear them.
That's the karma I got for not measuring the wind properly.
Dude, the weather vane. The weather vane was right in front of you, man. You could have seen exactly which direction the wind was blowing.
Throw a hashtag karma in the comments.
It's okay. We'll edit in a laugh after that joke post.
I actually didn't hear the joke.
It wasn't a joke. It was an instruction. It was a call to action for people to post hashtag karma in the comments section.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, we'll edit that out in post.
Got it.
Justin, can you give us a little laugh just for a sound bit so I can use it to edit in?
Like a chipmunk.
You know that's gonna be abused.
You gotta get the soundboard up and running.
Mm-hmm. I think we should just do a full episode one day of just me telling awful jokes and us just cutting sound bits of guests laughing. So it sounds like they're all cracking up.
What was that last one you told that was just like terrible? Something about running late?
Oh my god.
Justin, you want to hear the worst joke in the
I haven't worked on that one at all since that.
Do you want to hear the worst joke in the world?
So it's like...
Alright, I kind of told the punchline already.
Dude, now I can't even think of I can't think of a good setup, but it would be
there is no good setup.
That's definitely...
That's why.
Good setup.
Listen, we got all the time in the world to think of a good setup.
Justin, how do people find your art? Like, what do you do? Your job is literally to design awesome, sexy graphics.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a senior graphic designer working at a company in Boston.
Senior? Do you get a discount?
I have a website, but I'm not taking any freelance work at the moment. Maybe on another episode I'll be able to share that with you.
What if one of your friends started a podcast? Would you help them out?
Probably not.
All right, then.
Unless it was called the God's Plan Podcast, then of course I would.
I'm thinking about just...
It's the least I could do after throwing a frisbee at your face.
Dude, it's fine because literally my nose, somehow it hit me directly in the nose and the frisbee ended up breaking in half. I'm not making that up.
I do remember that. It literally exploded.
It just hit me square in the face. And
I just got like that vision of that moment.
Our other friend was with us, TJ, and he was like, how did that just happen?
Yeah, I have the worst memory, but like there's like words that will trigger the memory, and that was it.
It literally, I broke a frisbee with my face, and you were the one that threw it.
I remember the shards flying through the air, and I'm pretty certain there was like a clothesline behind you. I just remember weird stuff like that.
It was fucking weird, man, and it didn't even hurt that much, honestly. I think my nose is just...
I'm not sure why that reminded me of this, but I do remember monumental moment of when you showed me the cliffs.
Oh my god!
This is in, where is it? It's in a town called East Haddam.
Haddam Neck.
It's like this little.
In Connecticut.
It's like this little area in the woods behind a graveyard.
Yeah.
Great times there, and that is also where I caught an iconic picture of you being the animal whisperer to deer. Do you remember that?
Yeah, of course I remember that, man. That was back when I was on
You're a man of many.
on the jack of all trades. Can we talk about how strong my nose is again? I want to go back to that.
Well, we know that you have a great schnoz.
I'm pretty sure
A schnoz.
Pretty sure Michelangelo just like carved this thing, and like some of the marble that he used to carve it is still, he left some of that in, so that's how the frisbee broke.
I believe that is one of the legends of Borneaux.
Okay, let's do a sexy sign off.
So do you want me to change into something sexy?
Just give them some OnlyFans premium content.
Listen, that is not for free.
I know, but it's for the good of the plan.
I guess for the podcast listeners, I think I could do something.
All right, so Justin's feet pic link will be in the description.
Oh, what? No, we won't go that far. We're just going to do a sexy sign off.
Okay, sexy sign off starting in 3, 2, 1. All right, people.
Hey.
All right.
You guys are fucking talking over the sign off here.
I thought I was going to do the sexy sign off.
Oh, well,
Are you
dude,
doing
okay,
a
no,
sexy sign-off?
yeah. I like that idea
There's
better.
going to be a
I like-
triage of sexy sign-offs.
How about you
Okay.
allow me to do a sexy sign off, and then you can close it with the official sexy sign off?
Okay, we're all very sexy, so yeah, that sounds like a good idea. All right, sexy
Good
sign off
idea.
in 3, 2, 1.
Wait, I need to know when you're recording.
Dude, it's been literally, I haven't stopped recording.
Okay, but like you're not going to say anything like, "Hey, you can do the sexy sign off."
No, I thought you were gonna do the sexy sign off.
No, but I didn't know if you were going to prompt me to do it.
Jesus, is any of this usable?
No, you can cut this part.
Okay,
We won't.
I feel like because you said that, we might have to not cut it. All right, folks, we're going to do something a little different here to sign off. I'm going to hand over the reins to our guest, Justin. He's going to give us a little bit... God damn it.
It's going to get real sexy
Lay it on thick, Justin. Send
right.
us out.
Justin, use your sexy voice. All right,
and
sign
creamy
up.
and chunky.
Ooh.
All right.
All right, go. Go for it.
So, thanks for joining the God's Plan podcast. This is our sexy sign off. I hope you had a lovely time listening. And please, subscribe to my OnlyFans at onlyfans.com/Prolyfic.
Jesus, Justin.
We'll put some like Barry White or something in the back.
Oh yeah, you gotta put some
Put
background
some
music
sexy
on me.
instrumentals in the back.
This has to be explicit content, okay? Not intended for children whatsoever. All right, folks.
This is not your parents' podcast.
We'll have that as a disclaimer before everything. It's just going, this is your parents'
You can add that to your soundboard too.
God, I wish I could bookmark that. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been an awesome time, but unfortunately, we do have to go now. It is getting rather late, so put the kids to bed. Have a good night. And our guest tonight was Justin. That's Prolyfic. You could find him on YouTube at JM Tricks with a Z.
Yep, or Twitter at Prolyfic as well. It was great to be on. I would love to return and talk about some more
All right.
random nonsense.
All right, we love you guys, and remember, be part of the plan, people.